So the anime of the year came in, and if I didn't say I wasn't at least a little bit disappointed, that would be an understatement. I am honestly very heartbroken and mad that Solo Leveling won anime of the year. Make that make sense, okay? I know it's a popularity contest, and a lot of people really did enjoy Solo Leveling, even though there's this whole thing where Solo Leveling season 2 was the one that people thought they were voting for, not season 1. But albeit, it is what it is at this point. Though I'm making a whole video about it, so it isn't really is what it is. Now, I believe full-heartedly that the anime of the year should have gone to frieren, like by a landslide. And even though I do utterly enjoy Apothecary Diaries, and I would have been as thrilled if they won, though they didn't win freaking anything except for one voice acting, and that Mao Mao should have won Best Female Lead at the very least, or it should have won Best Drama. frieren won Best Drama, but the thing is, like, frieren isn't really even, I feel like, fully a drama anime. Apothecary Diaries deserves that one, but that'll be it. I'm biased towards Apothecary Diaries, but that should just show you how much where I say that frieren should have won has a lot more weight to it. My thoughts of when you're looking at why an anime won Best Anime of the Year, it's the overall, all of the elements of that anime. And sadly, Solo Leveling, all it really has is what the kids call aura. I say that like I'm not 22 and Gen Z. And a lot of really cool action scenes. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed Solo Leveling season 2, and I'm watching season 1 with my husband. But I can see why people like Solo Leveling a lot, but it did not deserve Best Anime of the Year, like, at all, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. frieren's overall story was very compelling and very well told. It's a slow-paced, kind of slice of life anime that also has a lot of action and a lot of growth in characters and world. You get to see so many different characters and different things, and one of the biggest things that I see as a meme online that I have shared and laughed at with my husband is, can you name a single character outside of Solo Leveling who isn't the main character? Name like 3 different characters. Most people can't. That's the whole meme. Like, that's the whole joke, is that background characters no one really cares about because they're not really well written as other anime side characters, and some people may care about them, but like no one really knows any of the other main characters except for Sung Jin Woo, and I just said that really wrong, but I'm just gonna ignore it. But now, name at least 3 characters from frieren that isn't frieren. You could probably name 5 or 10. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I could, because the characters in that show are all well written, even the small side characters. I mean, it would take hours just to talk about every single one of these characters in frieren and how they help portray the world around them, the magic system, frieren's character, frieren's journey of her character development, frieren figuring out how to connect and be empathetic towards humans. And it just, all the characters really, really matter in the grand scheme of the story, even if it is minuscule, because these characters help tell a greater story, even if they don't show up for a lot of the story. I mean, one of the biggest things about frieren is the magic system is also really well laid out. It's very simple, but you get to see different characters. Again, bring back the characters, bring different elements into the system of what can be done, what can't be done. The character development of all these characters are way more well done than in Solo Leveling. You only see one character really have character growth that's in depth, and it's not even as in depth as frieren's. And to be fair, both of these shows are in different genres, and well, they're like both fantasy, but they're in totally different categories to each other in fantasy. But I still can't get over it. frieren is far more superior than Solo Leveling. And I, with a lot of other people, are really mad about it. There are so many different characters and story beats. There is a tragic love story going on. There is a budding romance going on. There is character development from Frieren. There's character development from Fern. There's little side quests in the background that Stark is going on. There's the priest who's going on his own journey. There's Ubel. There's the guy with the glasses that I can't remember his name, but he was such an interesting character. There's just so much going on that is told in such a beautiful and eloquent way that Solo Leveling could just not accomplish. So I understand fully of a lot of the disappointment online of being like, why the heck did Frieren win and not Solo Leveling? And I've seen some people online say that Frieren is more targeted towards older people, like in late 20s and 30s, because it has to do with grief and growth, about becoming a better person. And I honestly do not really think that that's quite the case, because yes, younger generations are the ones who mainly probably voting for the Crunchyroll animes of the year. But at the same time, I do believe that younger generations can understand Frieren. I honestly think at this point that the reason why Solo Leveling won was just because of how popular it was for the past month, because season 2 came out and those really cool fight scenes came out alongside with it. And I will say, they were really cool fight scenes. I like seeing OP characters fight. But you want to know an OP character I got to see fight? Was Frieren. She fought her freaking self. But long story short, I am so disappointed that people did not vote for Frieren. And I'm so disappointed that it was most likely my generation, Gen Z I might mean, who got so into the hype of Solo Leveling that they totally forgot about Frieren and how that story has kind of shaken the plot when it comes to anime. It is flipped it on its head, especially when it comes to female characters, because that is a really big problem. Like in Solo Leveling, the female characters are not as in depth as some of the male characters, and albeit the only real in-depth character there is the main character. It's not the biggest deal at the end of the day, I suppose, but it really made me mad that no one really voted for Frieren when it came to overall. I'm glad that Frieren won different categories. That is pretty spectacular, but I still am just so frustrated, and it's super dumb. Frieren should have won. Game over. But I don't know, what do you guys think in the comments down below? Do you think that Solo Leveling should have won? Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, Dun Dun Dun, which one? And tell me why you think Solo Leveling won at the end of the day. I kind of just tried to figure it out during this little rant of mine, but you know, just let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video and you thought that I was pretty okay, subscribe. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you all in the next video.